Do you remember when DreamWorks invented a new animation style? Because back in the day, CGI animation was a struggle. It's not like now, where everything they make looks amazing. Yes, even this, I don't care what anyone says, the animation was dope. With early CGI, water, hair, and even people were constantly messing up. So DreamWorks developed tons of new technology to make their movies as realistic as possible. And it was working, until they ran into a huge problem. They had to make a movie that wasn't realistic at all. They wanted to do something like this, but in CGI. But making cartoony animation was not possible.
Back in that day, with 3D characters, if we squashed and stretched and pulled those characters around, it would look really weird, like their bones were breaking.
So it was a disaster. But their solution was to break all the rules and invent a groundbreaking new animation system.
But we had no idea, really, if it was going to work or not. And really what they came up with was a series of rubber bands so that they can squash and stretch in all kinds of crazy ways, and it doesn't break the rig.
But the best part is someone invented a new technology to move the characters' tongues, which allowed them to do stuff like this. Remember this scene from Lilo and Stitch where she's running to class? Well, it's way more mind-blowing than you might have realized. The animators just revealed how they tricked us, and you never noticed. Okay, so let me explain. Disney doesn't want you to know this, but in order to make the movie, Lilo and Stitch animators had no budget. The animators were absolutely broke, relatable, and that caused major problems behind the scenes. As we all know, animation is super time-consuming and super expensive. So to work around that, they just didn't do it.
You'd run down the beach past people doing all these different things. We don't have the money for this. Instead of showing all this animation, you see all the characters are actually frozen. They're not moving, save for one character that's throwing a frisbee, and you don't notice anything weird.
But these are 3 incredible ways the animators got creative to finish the movie. Number 1, drawing details takes up way too much time, so they removed them.
Delete pockets off jean short, prints off of t-shirt, and we figured it out.
Number 2, in animation, shadows and lighting cost money to make. So they found a clever way to not have to draw that either.
We couldn't afford shadows, so we put our characters largely under the shade of trees.
And number 3, watch the scene again. Animators can't stop traumatizing you, and it should be illegal. Somehow they keep getting away with drawing the most horrifying scenes in kids' movies. Like, do you remember this? Or this? Probably not, because you blocked out the trauma. I saw this when I was 10, and it still comes up in therapy. It's Spooktober, and I just found the most horrifying animated moment of all time. I have no idea how this got approved. Okay, so old Disney movies are filled with scary stuff. Like this, or even this. Well, back in the day, one ex-Disney animator left the studio so he could take things to the next level of messed up. This is Don Bluth. When he started his own studio, he made kids' movies, but they were filled with absolutely terrifying moments for one simple reason.
If you don't give the people something to really be frightened of, then when the salvation moment comes, it's not as sweet.
With that in mind, he created one of the most horrific death scenes in animation history. Okay, watch closely. Homie gets attacked by demons, and his flesh melts. But it's not over yet. Then, his bones squirm in pain before he turns into dust. Gotta love family movies.